All right, I'm going to take you on a tour of my building, and I'll start with the dirty, cluttered stairwell. More dirty clutter, because my husband pulled apart my stove. We're going to probably buy new piping, a different piping. We need to get a better angle going on. By the looks of the floor has not been done. I didn't get to it. I would love to have, but that did not happen. All right, I'm going to show you this wall. The green bags, this wall needs covered. It's the only wall that has not been mudded besides, I don't know if I can reach up high enough for you to see. Maybe, yeah, you see him back up there? Right there. I have to mud that bit of bags up there as well. And I will also be mudding this concrete wall here. So it'll be just like this, only it'll be all the way over like this. The cinder blocks are not getting mudded. I am going to be tiling those. Obviously, that's where the chimney will be going out. I still have to do finishing work mudding. And what that means is, let me go over here. I got a light to turn on back here. I'm working back here, so my goal is to finish the closet so that I can get the walls completely sealed and finished and start the floor in here while I'm still working on the rest of the building. You have to pardon, I have to get past this ladder that I left parked in my way. All right, so unfinished wall. Can you see this? Those are Mars where I filled in and, I don't know, I've been calling it healed in the cracks. And I've been doing a surface finish. Ladder's a little bit in the way with its shadow. See if I can move its shadow or make it worse, I'm not sure which. So you can see this. I did a thinner layer on top, probably a ½ inch, and then I've sanded it to make it kind of smooth instead of, if you look at this, it's very lumpy and stuff. So that crack right there, that's where my thin layer over the top has stopped, and I still have to do this. So all over through here. And here's my ceiling. That's the vent that was out in my garden. I showed you in a garden video. And I'm going to turn it back on right now. It is my vent. All right. Those are just drizzle marks from water. I did this work yesterday, so it is still very much wet. And as soon as it dries, I will sand it down to be kind of smooth to itself. Let me back out of here for you. I plan on going to here and coming on down to here with the new plaster. Can you see where I've been? So you can see the difference. So flat and kind of smoothish. There'll be texture, and I'm okay with texture. But I want to get rid of some of this rough, extra rough stuff. And then I've been building up the wall right here. This was from the fact that this was a me problem. So when we were laying the bags, I was not using a level. So you can see here Liz was using the level. Here Liz was not using the level, so it was in here and then it like went out. So the bags are like way in and then they're just on the surface like right around here. So I've been building it up by mudding it. It used to be more severe. So just for eye appeal, so it's just aesthetics, I'm fixing that. Anyways, there's a little drop down there, a step down, and as soon as they'll start sealing the walls here with boiled linseed oil to waterproof them and keep them from, because every time you touch, ready? Every time you touch the wall, see it? You're gonna have fine amounts of dirt like rubbing off. Once you seal it, it'll be fine. I can like ping water at it and it'll bead off. And then I just have to completely cover all these bags. The covering of the bags doesn't take as long, but the last finishing work. So I've been slow at getting this done because I'm working on completing this completely. And then I got to come through here and do some finish work over here. See the crack up there? I'll be fixing those and remodifying that. It was just for fun earlier on. And then there's some cracks up there. All this fine mudding will fix that. And that is pretty much where I'm at with the shop. Will I be done for the winter? No. Sadly, I've spent a lot of time volunteering someplace and I just could not do both, getting this done and that done. I will finish the bottle wall, that one and that one. Their bottles are down there. There's an orange one and this blue one. So once I get those up in there and mudded in, it'll look really nice. It had, actually there's enough light right now, maybe I can show you. Let me turn this light off so you can get the effect. And there's my mixer. I mix my mud in this. And my husband's so sweet and generous. He sifts my dirt for me with a screen in this tub into these, and each one of these is a batch of mud for me. And I use sheep wool. I have more than this, but I use sheep wool as my binder and stuff. So let me turn off this light and see if I can get my rhubarb plant might be blocking it a bit. It's not too bad. They're very dirty, but once the orange one and blue, I think the blue one goes here and the orange one goes there. Pretty sure. Once that happens, it'll be really pretty. Sometimes it's really pretty in here, but I do have a gigantic rhubarb plant that hides that. Let me show it to you. Going back up and out, bright light. This is the rhubarb plant. So from here, you can't even see my windows at all. But they're back in there. So they're in there. So if this wasn't here, loads of light would be coming through. And my pond, I see a fish, 2 fish. Anyway, thought I'd give you a tour. I have somebody who's interested in that. My door flap is super dirty. I'll have to clean it. Anyway, that's my shop. And to explain to you my shop, You might ask, what does this have to do with a fiber crafting channel? Well, I'll tell you what. This is my craft room. This, when it's complete, is, wow, dirty. When this is complete, this is my workshop. This is where I can set up my quilting rack. This is where I set up my sewing machines. This will be where I store all my fiber and things like that. The closet over there is my fiber closet. Basically quilting fabrics, yarns, anything that I want, I'll have in shelving units that I'm going to be installing in there. And it'll be my, basically, where I go shopping for all my materials when I'm ready to do it. So that's what this has to do with my channel. At some point, when I complete this, I could possibly also be in here recording my Fiber Crafting Nook videos, and that is my end goal. That is what this is for. My little hobbit hole, as some people call it, my little root cellar, as people call it. This is my space. This is the space where I'm going to be able to do my crafting, leave my crafting out and have no one touch it. I don't have dogs in it or cats in it or any of those things. And I can come in here and do whatever it is I want and need to do crafting wise. So what does this place have to do with my channel? This is everything to do with my channel. This has been a goal and a desire of mine for years, to have my own craft room, to have my own personal space. And since I couldn't have that inside of the house because it's an old little tiny farmhouse and I share it with my family, here is where I'm going to achieve that. All right, done with this video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.